So here's the thing, you might be completely putting off starting a YouTube video because you think that you have to show your face in your video and you might not be confident enough to actually show yourself in your video. I totally get that. So it doesn't matter what kind of video you're doing. You could be doing an explainer video, a tutorial video, an educational video, a travel video. You really don't have to show your face. The only thing that you need to do is have really, really good audio and some really good B-roll. So a little while ago, I shot some footage, some B-roll footage, and I was going to use it to do a whole review about this mic that I bought. And this mic that I'm talking about is actually the mic that I use for voiceovers, so it would actually be a good indication for you to hear what it sounds like. But I'm going to use that and do this video. So like I said, you need really good audio, because if you want people to stay engaged with the video, you don't want to have audio that sounds really crackly and really echoey and just really bad. So investing in a really decent mic is going to be the best way to go about doing these videos. And if you invest more in your mic than you do your camera at this point, though that's actually not possible, if you invest more in the mic and then go for a slightly cheaper camera than you would have wanted to go for, that's absolutely fine, because like I said, the audio is going to be the most important part here. So in terms of the audio, this mic that I use is called the Shure SM7B, and this is the one that I'm going to be talking about and showing you the whole clip for not showing my face. So if you're looking for a microphone for podcasting, broadcasting or voiceovers, then I definitely recommend the Shure SM7B, as it's a great choice. It's not necessarily the cheapest option out there, but it's also not too pricey. But just keep in mind that you're going to need to get a stand or a boom arm for it, like this Blue Compass boom arm, which is really sturdy and well made, and it attaches to your desk so you can angle the mic in any direction. The Shure SM7B is perfect for reproducing speech and music naturally and cleanly, plus it has an inbuilt pop filter so you don't have to go out and buy any additional accessories, and it also comes with a detachable windscreen which you can use to reduce plosives and give a warmer tone when you're talking closely to the mic. So the first thing that you're going to want to do with this video is basically script it. You can literally write it out word for word, because you're not going to be showing yourself talking on camera. You don't even need a teleprompter. You can literally just write it out on your computer, on your phone, on a piece of paper, write down what you want to say word for word. And the best advice that I can give you is try and make it sound conversational, so less like you're reading something. And that might be hard to do in the beginning, but just think about how you would actually talk to somebody and how you'd explain something to somebody, and then write it in that kind of a style, and then read it a few times and then just start recording it. And you'll see how easy and quickly the flow of recording the voiceover actually comes to you. And especially if you're writing it in your tone rather than trying to sound different to how you actually talk, then that's going to be the best way for you to just get on and get started. So the second part of that is now the B-roll, and because you've actually written out your entire script, it means that you can go through your script and highlight sections which will become your B-roll. So this is you then making out your shot list, and this is the best way to do it if you write your script first and think about the B-roll after, because you're just cutting down a lot of time in thinking about what you actually want to shoot. And I've done a video where I talk about how to shoot B-roll, so I'll link to that in the description and at the end of this video. But essentially, you can film your B-roll as an entire long sequence of you actually doing this thing that you're doing, or you can basically film your B-roll as bits that you talk about. Wait, let me rephrase that. When you talk about something, you can film the B-roll that you're talking about at that very moment. I feel like though, when you're doing the whole voiceover thing and you're not showing yourself, it's a lot easier to just film an entire sequence of something that you're doing, because then you don't have any dead gaps in there. So you might create your shot list and then not film enough to fill the gaps where you just didn't get a long enough clip, and then you're kind of having to go back on yourself and then try and plug those gaps in with something. So I feel like if you just film an entire sequence of you doing something and then have that over the voiceover, then that makes it really easy. So hopefully that gives you something to start with if you've been really thinking about starting a YouTube channel but just don't want to show your face and really struggling with how to actually go about it. So if it did, please do give the video a like as it helps the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. I've dropped links to the videos that I mentioned earlier in the description and at the end of this video. So yeah, hope it was useful, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.